Well, let's talk about OSB for a second. I bought 50 sheets of 7/16 OSB. Wasn't required, I only needed 3/8, and I didn't need to OSB the entire building, only the areas where the walls need to be braced, which is every corner and in the middle of the building. But when you're stuccoing between studs like that, it's pretty hard to keep the walls straight. You're going to see kind of divots where it goes in and out because you're just stuccoing over void space. OSB the whole wall. In theory, stucco will be a little bit straighter. OSB can be pretty cheap if you buy large quantities of it. The 7/16 on the wall, again I only needed 3/8, was a few dollars cheaper than 3/8. So I bought 7/16 because it was cheaper than 3/8. I think the reasoning for that is Home Depot sells a lot more 3/8 than they do 7/16. So when you order the 7/16, it's a little cheaper because they sell less of it. That's my belief on their pricing structure. Now that was a happy little accident because as it turns out, the portal walls by the garage doors here, they all needed to be framed OSB with 7/16 OSB. So cool. Now when the north wall here was getting done, as we would put up OSB sheets, every 4 feet, it would just be a little bit off. Oh well, let me back up a little. You need to space the edges and sides 1/8 of an inch. So in case the stuff gets wet, it'll expand and you don't want it to buckle on you. So you need to space it 1/8 of an inch. So when I was putting these panels on and spacing them 1/8 of an inch, after a couple of panels, I was really close to being on the edge of a 2x4. So we'd have to rip one down and then start another one. I thought it was just my crappy framing I did. Now, as it turns out, no, the OSB I bought from Home Depot was not sized for spacing. It is exactly 48 inches. So it really wasn't my fault it wasn't lining up. It was the OSB's, and I just never checked. This stuff I got from Ace. I needed 5 more sheets because, well, needed more obviously. It is sized correctly. In theory, these will go right up without needing to be trimmed. Now the roof is done and I still have OSB here, so obviously I miscalculated. But actually I did not. I should have used 5 sheets of OSB on these sides, these little ones. Those 5 sheets of roof should have gone on the side over here, and I would have had 5 extra sheets to finish off the front wall here. So it wasn't that I miscalculated what I needed, it's that I forgot I was going to use the smaller, cheaper sheets over here. But at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. Who really cares? We have a little break in the weather right now, so the plan is to put up the 5 sheets across the front here and hope we're done. Well, say it's a good thing we got that paper up there. It's actually not paper, it's like the, I don't know what that stuff would be called. Whew! Pouring rain. Camera's foggy. Let's go find some leaks. Yeah, it's just dirt. Oh, pretty good job. I don't see any water coming in. Well, there, but it's probably because that hole there. Yeah, that's fine. Now, why did I have him come do the paper? Well, because he wanted less than the cost of buying one of those cap guns. Now, it never even dawned on me to just put them in by hand like he was doing. I was going to go buy a cap gun. However, if I were to roll that out, it probably would have taken much longer than the couple hours it took him to do. So, given our current weather, I think it was a really good idea. Now, what did he want to do all that? Well, he came out here, we told him what we wanted him to do. He said, I'll just put it up for you. Just remember me when it comes time to do the roof. Talk about a very nice thing to do. I already had the materials. All it really was his labor and some nails. But it was a really good way to secure a customer, you know? Like, if I'm going to call somebody for the roof, it's going to be the guy that did that for me in a pinch. And he's going to get the phone call when the time to do the shingles. Well, let's wait for this weather to die down a bit.